believe it or not, we have yet another battle being waged here between the federal government and the states in regards to land. And you're talking, once again, the federal government wanting to snatch up land under the guise of calling it a national park. Now, there's a lot of pristine and very beautiful countryside in Utah. I've driven through it one time, and I've got to say, out of all the places I've been in the United States, Utah stuck out more than any other place I've ever driven through because of the vast canyons and just beautiful landscape across it. Now, they have taken several places like Canyonlands, Zion National Park, all these different places, and labeled them national parks. And they don't allow you to do much of anything except for what they say when it comes to these parks. Now, this changes things because if there's a lot of land and, say, ranchers have been grazing on these lands for a long time, as soon as they say it's a national park, this shuts them all down. This kills them. And not a word's ever said about it. But the people in the state of Utah know this all too well. And they, for one, have been putting up a huge battle. I've talked about this here recently as well. They're fighting the federal government, and it's going to cost them like $14 million to have this case taken on seriously. And that was the question. Did they have the $14 million to do this? Because they're so strapped, but they say essentially if they take back all this land, that it will pay for itself. All the minerals, uranium, gold, I mean, you name it, that's in the land here, that's the whole reason they say the federal government wanted it to begin with. Not because of its beauty, not trying to protect it, because they turn around and they cite how they go against protecting things all the time to put in their pipelines, their fracking, their drilling, I mean, you name it. They're making moves left and right to grab up the land, and Utah has said, we're going to be done with it. We want to fight them, and they're wanting other states to come along with them in this battle. Problem is a lot of the other states have been crippled in many ways, or have things being held against them, or they have governors or senators that have sold them out, as well as sheriffs. But they're holding strong here, and what they're saying is this land that is known as Bears Ears is the area they're targeting. And if they have it their way, they're going to come here and they're going to get their hands on it. And it's in a very remote area. Even the governor says the only time he's ever seen it is out a plane window. It's out there, but hey, does that mean that they have a right to just, since no one's out there, go out and claim it and say no one can do this or that? You have to understand there's so many rules that are put into place when they make these moves. Hell, you can't even fly an aircraft over these areas. Any of the national parks, nowhere near them. Couldn't even fly a drone, a parrot drone, 10 feet in the air. I mean, isn't that what the parks are there for, is to take in the beauty and to be able to show people and everything else? I mean, they're stopping people from doing so many things. Now, we've talked about this before when it comes to even Mammoth Cave here in Kentucky. It's underground, yet you can't fly above it. It's just nothing but trees. Nothing special up top. But or is there? They don't want you to see what's going on from above in a lot of these places. You know, that's why I've been going out to places like Serpent Mound, and I'll continue to go to other ancient places, hopefully Chillicothe Mounds, and get the shots of these places from an aerial perspective so we can actually see what's going on. Because oftentimes when you zoom in on Google Earth, they leave things out. They don't want to show it for what it is, and you never know what you're going to find till you go there. And there's a lot of history in places like this. But are there people running in here and destroying it and all this? No. There's no one even going out here. 700-year-old cave dwellings. They just want to put it under their control. Then you have to start looking what's underground. When you start doing that, it starts to become clear what they're doing. And look at the percentage of land that they owned. west of the Mississippi. Your jaw will drop. Yet Utah is putting up the fight, and this is the latest land grab situation going on there. I just wanted to make people aware of it. I'll leave a link. Till next time, it's been Dabu7.